Natasha,
Debbie,
show.
the show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way. Boo. I'm wearing my scary mask for Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
That is not a scary mask. That's a beautiful
You don't
mask.
have to look in the mirror, Debbie. Just kidding. Hi, guys.
Welcome to the Natasha and Debbie show.
Hair twirling edition.
It is Rolling Edition.
If you don't do Halloween like me, today's episode's for you. Also, happy Friday.
We love Fridays.
I mean, they're all the same to me. Finger's still broken. Thought I'd let you know. Birthday's still coming up. Still want the Jaffa Donuts, the Amber 1901. And also want to take a look and go into the RAF Museum in London.
Which we're going to do today. We're going to find out some secrets, some stories, and hidden treasures.
I'm excited about this. Today's episode comes from our buddy, Rob's London. And if you haven't subscribed to Rob's channel, which I know a lot of you are, please make sure you do, because he makes really great videos. He's just got great stuff, and he's just a cool guy.
He does. And if you like today's content, please hit that like button and also consider subscribing.
Getting better with that.
And Natasha also has another channel, X's and O's.
You should know this by now.
You should. And if you haven't checked it out yet, please go over there and check it out.
The link to that is in the description of this here episode.
It's a lot of fun over there. It's fun to watch Natasha and Paul.
It's not really fun to watch me. It's fun to watch Paul. Just come check it out. You'll like it. So yeah, anyway, RAF Museum. What else is there to be said? A tour? Yes, please. RAF Museum. Yes. Let's watch this. I want to go here. End of story. If you've been to the RAF Museum, by the way, let me know.
And let us know your favorite part.
Yeah. And how's the gift shop? Birthday. Okay, let's check it out. I'm really excited. I thought this would be like the coolest thing to check out. I can't wait. So let's check out the RAF Museum in London. Why don't I want to know what those hidden treasures are? I'm already interested.
Hello, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Rob.
Tucked away in Hendon, northwest London,
Hendon.
the Royal Air Force Museum has been showcasing the incredible history of military aviation since 1972. And, in my opinion, it's one of London's most fascinating and often overlooked collections.
Harrier. Ooh, gee.
The museum spans an expansive site, with everything from full-sized aircraft to the smallest of personal artefacts on show, all housed within 6 large buildings, which, rather appropriately, are called hangars. Best of all, entry is completely free.
Nice. So, guys, we're here in Cincinnati. We don't have it, but in Dayton, just north of us, not far, about a half-hour drive, 40 minutes or so, we have the National Air Force Museum here, which I took Debbie to, was it
Last year?
almost 2 years ago now. She'd never been, and I had been so many times when I was a kid, but we've got spaceships. That sounds weird. Spaceships. Space shuttles. The Wright brothers were from there, and their first prototypes. We actually have some British planes and things like that, too. So I wonder, you don't have your phone, do you?
I do not.
I was curious to see which one's bigger, this one or that one. But it's really cool. So we've gotten to go to places like this here, and so therefore all the more interest in wanting to come here. We got to actually be on JFK's
Air Force One.
Air Force One. And that's the same one, of course, that brought his casket back after the assassination, which was really hardcore being inside that. So this is all the more reason why we want to see something like this, because we've seen our stuff here and some of your stuff too. But yeah, all the more interesting and stuff I am for this one.
In this video, I'd like to take you through some of the most intriguing items in the museum,
That's pretty cool.
including relics connected to the legendary Red Baron, a bizarre spiky explosive,
That's crazy.
secret maps and radios,
Cool.
the mighty Vulcan bomber,
Yep.
and much more. So, let's dive in.
Is it actually? Oh, okay.
Perhaps the best place to start is by looking at the actual site of the museum, which in itself is of historical interest. You see, Hendon has a strong connection with the early days of aviation. In 1909, just 6 years after the Wright brothers made the first powered flight in the Kitty Hawk in North Carolina, a company named Everett and Edgecombe established an aircraft factory on Collindale Avenue,
Well, that's pretty cool.
just to the west of this location. Consequently, an airfield quickly developed here, and in 1910, a flying school was established in Hendon by the French engineer, inventor, and aviator Louis Blériot,
Now that's a
the man
stash.
who, in July
Yeah, it
1909, had
Yeah,
made
that's
the
huge.
first flight across the English Channel.
Oh, wow, okay.
You can see a fragment from one of the propellers used in Louis' pioneering
Oh, that's
feats
neat.
in the museum.
Wow.
Can't say that one.
No.
In
Good try to pronounce it.
1911, the land which is now occupied by the RAF Museum was purchased by Claude Graham White, who went on to name it the London Aerodrome. Air displays and races were staged here, and it was also from the London Aerodrome that Britain's first airmail service was inaugurated.
1920.
Pretty cool.
Claude Graham White also began to build aircraft at the aerodrome. His factory is now beautifully preserved as the museum's hangar too, where items from World War I are displayed.
It reminds me of our museum.
You can
quite a
even
bit.
have a
It
look
does.
around Claude's office,
Except
which is
that part.
furnished with replicas
Yes.
of fancy early 20th century furniture.
Yeah, that's really cool.
World War I marked the first time in history in which aerial combat was employed on a large scale, and it was real edge-of-the-seat stuff, with some pilots receiving as little as 20 hours training.
Wow.
This is one such.
Wow.
Could you imagine?
No.
20 hours.
No.
Go on. your
No.
thing. No,
My
thank you.
God.
Terrifying.
Didn't know that. Damn.
Aircraft, which had 2 seats, but only one set of controls, meaning the instructor would have to shout above the engine noise and lean over to correct errors. Not a job I would have fancied.
Okay.
By far the most famous pilot of the Great War was the German fighter ace Manfred von Richthofen, aka the Red Baron. So called, of course, because he liked to paint his aircraft in distinctive shades of red.
Okay, I'm going to show my ignorance. I didn't know the Red Baron was German. You didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't either. Shush.
I was looking at you going, you don't, you're trying to get out of the way of, she's trying
Like,
to not acknowledge that she didn't know either.
No, I didn't know.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Red Baron pizza.
Hey, now we know.
You guys have Red Baron pizza? Guess not. I mean, that's an
Maybe they
American company because Brandon works for that company.
That is true.
That doesn't mean it's American. Sorry, I did not know the Red Baron was Baron.
Yeah, that would have should have
okay.
given it away.
Wow.
Mm,
Blonde moment.
we're a little slow.
Okay.
This panel is taken from one of the planes he flew,
Really? That's cool.
and this is his flying cap.
This looks creepy.
Although
Some
Manfred von
seriously
Richthofen
intense
downed
eyes.
80 aircraft, killing many, he was greatly respected by the Allies, and when he himself was killed in combat in April 1918, Australian troops granted him a full military funeral.
Really?
Such
Australia.
respect for the bravery of airmen was mutual, as shown by this cross, which was erected by the Germans in 1916 in honour of a British pilot named Arthur Fisher. Another item related to the Red Baron is this tiny blue glass dog, which
I thought that was a
Manfred von
dog.
Richthofen kept as a lucky mascot, for it reminded him of his pet dog, Maritz,
Aw.
a Great Dane, which he once declared to be the most beautiful being in all creation.
It probably was.
I mean,
Such
dogs are-
mascots were common amongst pilots in both World Wars, as demonstrated by these soft toys.
Sorry, that one's
displayed in the
creepy.
museum.
Okay. Yeah, that one's so weird.
Old toys like that are terrifying to me.
It was also common for aircrew to keep dogs as pets. This Royal Flying Corps, as the Air Force was then known, jacket, was lovingly handmade for one such canine mascot
It's
in
like the Victrola dog.
1916.
Kinda.
Another popular booster for
That's
morale,
awesome.
which continues to this day, is the use of nose art, which pilots paint on the side of their craft, and quite a few examples of which can be seen across the museum.
That's cool.
Wow.
These two,
That's
a rather
scary.
sinister-looking
scary.
demon and the slightly more jovial thumbs up, date from the First World War.
Huh.
These distinctive shark teeth,
Seen
meanwhile, are
those.
from World War II. as is this depiction of
Donald.
Donald Duck, emblazoned on the side of a beautiful American P-51 Mustang.
I've seen a few of those.
Donald Duck was chosen for this design as the Mustang's pilot was named Donald Emerson, a fellow who, tragically, was killed in action on Christmas Day,
He's got a rabbit's foot in his hand,
1944.
too.
Wow.
Christmas Day. Oh, buddy. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat.
It was in World War I that British civilians were subjected to air raids for the first time. The attacks initially carried out by huge Zeppelin airships, which, despite their lumbering size, were difficult to shoot down, thanks to the high altitudes they could reach, and the fact that, in many cases, firing bullets at the superstructure was about as effective as throwing pebbles.
Huh.
In response, this curious-looking device was created at London's Woolwich Arsenal. It's an anti-airship incendiary bomb, which was designed to rip through the fabric and then detonate inside.
Oh.
The theory being that it would ignite the airship's hydrogen
Now
gas.
that's interesting.
It would seem such devices were never effective though, and it wasn't until September 1916 that a
Wow.
Zeppelin was finally downed over Britain, over Cuffley to be precise, just north of
Wow.
Enfield, by William Leaf Robinson. This metal plaque was taken from that very airship,
Wow.
and this drawing was made by an 8-year-old lad named R.W. Donkin, who witnessed the event.
That's actually scary. Damascus.
Yeah, looks like a teddy bear though.
One of the most peculiar
What the
aircraft on
hell is
display in
this?
the museum
That's a
is the
plane.
Supermarine Southampton,
Oh, Murray.
a large
No,
flying
it's a plane.
boat, much of it built from wood, which entered
Oh.
service with the RAF in the mid-1920s.
Still.
Okay. What?
This
It's kinda cool
particular
looking.
example
Awesome.
was used for marine patrols, although in 1928
It's a plane boat.
it suffered
Boat
damage
plane.
during a storm. In the wake of this, it spent many years as a houseboat on the River Debden in Essex.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
This hatch-like front door, complete with a letterbox, was part of that incarnation.
What was this called again?
The Supermarine Southampton was fully restored in the 1980s.
That
and
is
a very
awesome.
fine job it
Uh-huh.
is too.
Is that meant to be like, Supermarine Southampton flying boat?
Mhm.
That is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I mean, that wood is
I was really hoping that was a plane.
being redone. I mean, it looks amazing.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That's kind of cool. It was used as a houseboat or a house.
Well, houseboat, yeah. I've
in a
never seen
mail
anything like that
slot.
in my life. That's incredible.
Although unfortunately, the wings are long lost.
Wait, so it was a plane? I'm so confused.
I know.
Either way. That's crazy.
In 1922, Hendon Aerodrome was taken over by the government, and in 1925, ownership passed on to what had now become the Royal Air Force.
Okay.
During World War II, the base was used by Battle of Britain pilots, and thanks to its close road and railway links, it also became an important transport hub used by both British and American forces.
Cool.
The early days of World War II, which erupted in the late summer of 1939, were marked by the German Blitzkrieg, in which rapid attacks were launched on Poland, France, the Netherlands, and Belgium. This Junkers 87, also known as a Stuka, which you can see here in
It's
the
intimidating.
museum, was a type of aircraft which played a key role in those dark days by conducting
with
steep
swastika.
bombing dives.
Definitely.
Such Stukas also had sirens fitted to their wings, known as Jericho trumpets, which gave the aircraft a cruel psychological twist by
Oh,
making
wow.
a terrifying howl as they plunged towards their target.
Wow. Yeah, nope,
Yeah.
nope. Like I said, very intimidating.
Yeah, that sound is.
Yeah.
In the summer of 1940, the Battle of Britain began, with Hitler's main aim being to destroy the Royal Air Force and achieve air superiority. The RAF coordinated the Battle of Britain with the aid of the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, who'd keep
Awesome.
track of aircraft in real time, using a large map board and radio headsets,
Ladies.
an example of which, dating from 1940,
That's
can be
cool.
seen here.
That's really cool.
This clock was also used in an operations room, the coloured triangles around it being used in conjunction with coloured markers plotted on the map.
Okay.
RAF Hendon accommodated fighter pilots during the Battle of Britain, and on the 15th of September 1940, a group was scrambled from here to intercept a formation of enemy bombers who were approaching London. What followed would become one of the war's most audacious tales.
Which was?
One of the men who sprinted to his Hawker Hurricane that day was 26-year-old Raymond Holmes, who heard the order to scramble whilst he was trying to enjoy a bath.
Oh no.
Once airborne, Ray engaged a trio of German Dornier bombers. Eventually, he found himself toe-to-toe with the third enemy aircraft, which he realised was heading for Buckingham Palace.
Oh shit.
Ray opened fire, but discovered he'd used all of his ammunition.
Oh shit.
And so, in a last-ditch attempt to prevent the Dornier,
What'd he do?
rammed his Hurricane into it.
I knew he was
This
going to say
sent
that.
the Dornier plummeting down, but Ray's Hurricane was destroyed too. Incredibly, someone managed to take this photograph of the incident.
No.
What?
Luckily, Ray managed to bail out and parachuted into someone's back garden in Pimlico, landing rather unceremoniously in a bin.
Oh, he did not. Stop it. He didn't deserve that.
But wow.
This is an epic story.
But wow.
But yeah, wow. Wow.
That's amazing.
What an amazing hero. He didn't deserve that.
No.
I was just picturing him landing in someone's back garden, like they said, and him just picking up, like a kid, maybe playing with like a little toy car or something.
Yeah.
Look up, and there's this guy. Boom. Like, hey. He's like, hi. You wouldn't believe what I told you. If I told you what just happened.
Exactly.
But no. Okay, hold on.
I'm glad he made it out.
Incredible.
At least so far.
He then called a taxi back to Hendon.
Stop it.
His
I love this
Hurricane,
man.
meanwhile, ended up crashed outside Victoria Station, where, years later in 2004, its remains were unearthed, including this very engine which powered Ray's Hurricane that day.
That's sick. I want to see this. I need to see this. Need to see
Ray
this.
was present at that dig, and he passed away the following year, aged
Aw.
90.
God bless you, sir. God bless that man. What an
Yeah,
incredible story. I want to know more.
exactly.
Want to know more. Fascinating.
In
That's incredible.
1942,
Memphis Belle.
the RAF's Bomber Command were joined by American forces, thus
Isn't that
enabling
here?
enemy targets to be bombed
was.
around the clock. The RAF
I'm
operating
sure it
at
travels
night,
around probably.
and the Americans during daylight.
Pretty sure it's here.
This devastating campaign involved two of the most iconic aircraft of World War II, the RAF's Avro Lancaster
Wow.
and the American Boeing B-17.
It's a beast.
The Lancaster first entered service in
What's that?
1942, with over 7,300 being built, and they were capable of carrying large payloads, such as this monster, the Grand Slam bomb, which weighs in at 22,000 pounds, and which, until the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was the most powerful bomb ever deployed.
That is huge.
Yep.
Perhaps most famously though, Lancaster bombers from 617 Squadron were employed to drop the bouncing bomb, which was designed to destroy dams and industry in the
We
Ruhr
did a
Valley.
video on that one.
We did.
You can see a replica of a bouncing bomb here in the museum.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Lancaster
That's
bombers
really
were crewed by
monstrous.
7 men.
Isn't
The
it?
average age of who
7.
was just 22.
wow.
And due to the heights at which they flew, they had to wear thermal outfits, complete with electrically powered heating, as seen here.
Electrical powered heating?
On
Yeah,
average,
Back then, that's
a
pretty
single
cool.
Lancaster could expect to complete 21 missions before being lost. So it's rather remarkable then that this example, built in June 1942,
It's still
flew
here.
137 sorties.
Wow.
This inscription, mocking the Luftwaffe's Commander-in-Chief, Hermann Göring's boast that no enemy plane will fly over Reich territory, was painted on in 1944.
Except it will.
This American B-17, meanwhile, dates from July 1945. The B-17s were very tough planes. They had to be, considering the perils their crews faced, and could withstand a lot of damage, often
Yeah.
limping back to base with bullet and shrapnel holes torn in the fuselage.
Damn.
They were also heavily armed, their numerous gun positions earning them the nickname the Flying Fortress.
Massive.
One such gun turret was the Bull turret, which rotated beneath the B-17's belly. A dreadfully
seen that.
claustrophobic position in which to be locked,
Yeah, I
with the
could
gunner
never.
having to lie back with his knees bent up.
I would have
Looking
hated
at
to
it
operate
here
one of those.
brings to mind the short and very disturbing poem written by Randall Jarrell, who served in the Air Force, entitled The Death of the Bull Turret Gunner. From my mother's sleep, I fell into the state, and I hunched in its belly till my wet fur froze. 6 miles from Earth, loosened from its dream of life, I woke to black flak and the nightmare fighters.
Wow.
When I died, they washed me out of the turret with a hose.
Jeez.
10:30 coming around. Those 10:30 upper or lower? B-17 out of control at 3 o'clock. Come on, you guys, get out of that plane. Bail out. There's one. He come out of the bomb bay. Yeah, I see him. There's a tail gunner coming out. Watch out for fighters. Keep your eye on them.
If you were flying a mission over enemy territory, the risk of being shot down was of course very high. And if you survived that, you then had the threat of being captured and taken prisoner.
Yeah.
The RAF Museum has a fascinating collection of artifacts related to this aspect of the war.
That's really neat to see that.
This, for instance, is an aircrew escape pack, which includes fabric maps, easy for folding up and hiding away. Whilst this pack of cards, dating from 1943, allowed concealed maps to be smuggled into a prisoner of war camp.
Smart.
POWs were often very inventive. This water canteen hides a radio, which prisoners used to keep track of news on the war.
That's freaking genius.
That is.
And this, unbelievably, is a wooden camera made by a prisoner as a means of aiding the forging of documents.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow. That's incredible. Wow, what is that? Oh, no.
Whoa.
I don't want to be on that. Ashtray.
Should you be smoking with that ammunition
I was just
on
wondering
there?
I was just wondering the same thing.
This unusual looking craft is a German Messerschmitt Comet, which was brought into service in 1944.
It's really short, isn't it?
Incredibly, this little craft was rocket powered. The idea being that it could shoot up to intercept Allied bombers in rapid time. And it was indeed very fast, capable of soaring up to over 39,000 feet in less than 3.5 minutes.
Wow.
That's impressive.
The Comet was ineffective though, for it only had 8 minutes worth of fuel, and going at the speed it did, it was tricky for pilots to take aim at enemy craft.
I think.
Yeah.
One American fighter pilot, who was escorting a formation of B-17s, recalled seeing a Messerschmitt Comet speed past his formation in July 1944. It was like a bat out of hell, he recalled, as he watched the tiny craft rocket over a mile above his own position.
Jeez.
As well as being too fast to be effective, and with 163 pilots alone being killed during testing and training, the Comets also had a major downside in that they relied on extremely dangerous rocket fuel, which caused a number of explosive incidents on the ground in which aircrew were killed or seriously wounded.
That's awful.
I wouldn't have thought that'd been a great idea. Rocket fuel. Well, those ambulances are just so daggone different, aren't they?
Although the Japanese Air Force, known in World War II as the Imperial Japanese Army Air Service, did have effective fighter aircraft, they were forced to take drastic measures as the conflict dragged on, most famously by deploying kamikaze pilots. This small aircraft, which of course was never used, was designed for that purpose, and had it taken off, it would have been packed with explosives, the pilot inside guiding the craft like a missile on a one-way trip to its target.
That's what it looks like.
Contrary to popular belief, the vast majority of kamikaze pilots were not fanatics who leapt at the chance to die for their emperor.
I didn't think that they were.
In fact, it was quite the opposite. When the scheme commenced in 1944, not a single person volunteered. Instead, authorities had to strong-arm pilots, often university students, into the role, employing a mixture of threats and incentives aimed at their families. In all, around 4,000 kamikaze pilots died in the war.
Was that anybody? Didn't know. Enigma cipher machine. Now that's there. Interesting.
World War II ended on a truly apocalyptic note, with 2 atomic bombs unleashed over Japan. And soon after came the Cold War, with a terrifying new concept of warfare.
Damn. I never not get chills
Britain
looking at that.
exploded its first nuclear bomb in
I mean, how could
1952.
you not?
And it was in that same year that the Vulcan bomber, designed to carry such weapons, such as this blue steel missile, came into service. Although commissioned for a horrific purpose, it can't be denied that the Vulcan is a stunningly beautiful aircraft.
Because it is.
And it's
And it
incredible
is.
to think that
Sexy.
it's only slightly younger than the Lancaster. Indeed, both aircraft were designed by the same team.
They're very different, so that surprises me.
The
actually.
Vulcan, of which 130 were built, was famous for its signature banshee-like howl when taking off.
That's what we've
Quite
heard.
appropriate considering the deadly payload it was to carry. And in their early days, they were painted bright white so as to
Really?
reflect any nuclear flash.
Actually, I like that. I like the white. I never saw that before. What's this from? Huh. I like the context he's giving us.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have known. Here we go. The white is cool. Did not know that guy. He didn't tell us about the white.
Vulcans weren't Britain's only nuclear bombers. They were joined by two other models, the Victor and the Valiant, which together formed the so-called V-Force.
Wow.
You can see the nose cone from a Victor, which was later converted into a refueling craft next to the Vulcan.
Okay. Looking new. I like seeing these.
Yeah, the old vehicles. And
Yeah, I
everything.
do. Okay, wow. Zephyr. What the actual hell?
Wow.
I thought that was some sort of like spacesuit from a movie. I did.
In later years, the Vulcan switched to a conventional bombing role, and in 1982, Vulcans from RAF Waddington saw action in the Falklands War, when, during Operation
Yep.
Black Buck, they conducted a
learned that.
number of audacious
We
and
did.
extremely long-range missions, attacking Stanley Airfield and numerous Argentine positions.
Yes, my favorite. Sorry, you guys should know this by now. I love the Harrier. So this is so cool. It's
That
just
is
so
cool.
cool.
To finish with, the final object I'd like to show you isn't an aircraft, it's something rather more sobering related to the Falklands conflict.
Oh.
This old shipping container,
Chapel?
which was placed at RAF Stanley not long after the Falklands War in 1983, where it served as a makeshift chapel,
Wow.
the altar being made from wood cut-offs and spent cartridge shells.
That's actually pretty amazing. I would
that's
totally
nice.
love to see that. I'm okay. So there's too many things I want to see. And I like how Rob doesn't always show us everything too, because then it's like I don't
And there's
have
no
anything
re-
to see if I
Exactly.
go.
I like the history and the.
I'm
The
still
footage
thinking
that he-
about the Vulcan being all white.
Uh
And why didn't... Do you guys even know that? How many people learned that one today?
huh.
Come on. Did you learn that? I want to know if you did, because that's just... I don't know why it looked cooler to me in white.
I don't know. I like it in both colors. I think I
I
like,
mean, I like it in white. It's like a white-winged dove, Debbie.
It is kind of like a white winged dove.
That's a pissed-off dove.
But that
But...
was really neat to see everything.
Yeah, that story though about the guy. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go back and
Yes.
look. Saving Buckingham Palace, essentially. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up in a bin. I'm not okay with that. But I'm so glad that he got to live a long life.
Well, I'm
that's
happy
so
he ended up
wonderful.
alive.
Yeah, and a long life on top of it. And
Exactly.
that was a crazy cool story. Everything about this was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
To see them dig
Yeah.
up the engine to his plane.
Yeah, you got to see it too.
That's incredible.
Wow.
That
Wow.
was really, really cool.
I really enjoyed that. If you guys enjoyed it too, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Again, if you've been, let us know your thoughts on going.
And what was your favorite part
Yep,
of
for sure.
going?
And what else did we not see that we need to be aware of?
Mhm.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I really enjoyed this. Again, if we have any veterans watching or active military personnel, please take our sincerest thank you for your service.
Mhm.
So we mean it. And thank you to Rob's London again. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Rob puts out such great videos, as you noticed, with such great little pieces of history and stories. Like
Yeah.
the one I want to now go find a whole
The
separate
extra
video.
added stuff in there, an added touch, not
Yeah.
just
Not just here's this
not
plane.
just a walkthrough.
Here's this plane. And here's this plane. No, I want to hear all the cool things. And he definitely gave it. So thank you so much for watching and hope you enjoyed this half as much as we did. We'll see you on the next one, guys. And until then, and as always, please love like jazz.
And be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.
Bye.